thing to say.
You want me to
But
go?
you know, to keep it thorough, I've accomplished most of my goals, and I'm not passionate about anything currently.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've done everything I've ever set out to be, short of one thing, but for the most part, I'm at an 85% rate of success in life. So I don't know. I lost my passion. I don't got anything I'm passionate about right now. So that's my
Wow.
answer.
Okay, that's what's up. So what's one thing that you have accomplished that you was like, oh yeah, that was my passion.
Becoming an engineer.
Oh, that's dope. Shout out to the engineer. Hey, welcome to the show. None other than Uncle Rick in the building.
I got you. I got you, brother.
What's up, my guy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Another one.
Doing well. Doing well.
What am I passionate about?
Yeah. What's one thing you're passionate about?
Man, I'm kind of like proto nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm, um, man, about my marriage, my relationship,
Oh, that's
right?
good.
Um, just being a good example, being a great father, trying to be my best to be a great husband. Getting closer to God, just being just not taking things for granted. You know what I'm saying? Not taking things for granted, making sure um I take care of what the things I love and make sure that they're covered, and just try to make a little bit more sense to be a little bit better every day. That's really all I'm passionate about right now. Everything else is kind of whatever. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man. Appreciate you being here as always.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, and I should have brought this person up first because this the first time this year he's on time. Shout out to none other than Dwayne Jones in the building. Probably ending that question, my dude.
Wow.
What's one thing you passionate about?
I would say the truth.
Mm,
Yeah, the truth. So it doesn't matter if I like you or not. If you spin the truth, I can jive with it. I can jive with it. So that's what I'll say. I'll keep it nice and simple.
that's what's up. That's good stuff. I appreciate you being here, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. And none other than the rock star herself. It's me, Jamie. What's up, Jamie?
What's going on, Dwayne? That was actually a really good answer. I everybody's answer was good, but like that's something
That's
I would have thought about saying.
yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. So my passion was up until recently, helping people get or achieve their goal. So I used to help build brands, and so it was exciting to see people um ideals come to fruition and be a part of that. So that was really exciting for me. That was very passionate. It was hard to let that go. So that's my answer. Right now, I'm passionate about me. All it's all about me. That's it. What'd you say? You're on mute.
I thought about saying the same thing, Jamie. Like I'm passionate about me, but it kind of goes back into like, am I really? No, not really no more. Just chilling.
That-
Just chill. Sometimes that's a good thing though. Like sometimes you're not used to just chilling and just really just being you. You know what I'm saying? Just relaxing. And so I haven't experienced that. That's why it's like, yeah, I'm doing taking care of me now. So
Yeah, I'm kind
yeah.
of with proto. The work is done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, all I could do, I didn't put in the work. You pick the fruit. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Like that's what I did. That's what I call settling down.
Ooh,
Right
we
when you
already
settle
starting.
down. Right.
We
We
already
are. We gonna bring everybody on the stage and we gonna get it popping. Here we go. Hey, welcome to the stage. None other. She hails from all the way from the country. You know what I'm saying? In East Texas, by way of Houston, H Town. What's up, Ash? In the building.
The slander is uncalled for. Okay.
I'm putting negative on the
Look,
bill.
look here. Look here. Let's be civil. Let's not choose violence. However, since you want to start some stuff, ain't that's where I met? Never mind. But we're not going to go there. Everybody like to forget where they come from. What I'm big on, loving me. That's my thing. That's been it for the last couple of years. I want to feel the love that I give out, and sometimes you don't get that dealing with some of these narcissism. Oh, let me stop with these new age words. You don't get that dealing with everyday people in everyday life. That's all.
That's
Shut
what. Appreciate you for being here. And welcome to the stage. I say he's the best dressed in these streets and outside the streets. None other than Sir Hale in the building.
Hey, salute HD. What's going on?
What's good, my guy?
Salute to Prototype. Uncle Rick, what's going on, sir? It's me, Jamie. What's going on? Dwayne Jones, Ash, and to the illustrious chat. It's good to see you. I'm passionate about education. So I'll put back on my educational hat because, humble dad, I'm on my way. My goal is in the next 6 years to be a PhD. So I'm actually working on that now. As my kids have gotten older, I've been in technology for some time now, but I'm pursuing my own interests. And I'm going back, and my focus is on becoming a clinical psychologist. So I'm back in school now on this journey, and it's a marvelous thing. So I'm passionate about doing this because I want to emulate excellence with not just Black men, but people in general. And those who did not believe that they could pursue their education or to accomplish in life, I want to show them that no matter what boundaries or barriers exist, you can overcome them. So that's my passion.
That's dope. Appreciate you for being here, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. And welcome to the stage, none other than the Barry White of these streets. Lost in translation. What's up, my guy?
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
All right now. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, humble dad. It's good to be back, sir. It's good to be back.
What you got on the question?
The thing that I'm passionate about is creating leaders, man. We don't have enough of them. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Leaders take a while to cultivate, and my thing is to help them to believe in themselves, to say, hey, look, you got this, and how to handle people, that type of thing. Because sometimes we have leaders that don't know how to handle people, man, and they kind of rough them up, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. So I'm passionate about creating leaders and this content creation thing, man. I want to wake up every day and do something a little bit better than I did the next day. So every time you see me, you're going to see me a little bit better. And that's how I want to do it. So that's what I'm passionate about.
Man, that's dope. That's really good, everybody. For me right now, in this particular era of my life, it's a lot of things, but if I could just pick out one, I'm passionate about real estate, and I want everybody to have an opportunity to have ownership. And so I'm working on a project, and hopefully, I don't know when it'll be done, but the goal is to build houses to where people can buy them from me and being able to make money 3 different ways for them to do owner, so I can do owner financing. So that's my goal. So that's why I got my real estate license this past July. All right. I have too many degrees though. So we'll see which one I'll work out. All right. Hey, we're gonna get this party started for sure. All right. So we're gonna start off with a video. I have a couple that we're gonna go through. So we'll start with this.
Things you look for in a man. Has to have a relationship with Jesus, first and foremost.
Hey, sometimes the trash takes itself out, for lack of a nicer phrase. But I hate these pop the balloon videos. They are so stupid. But for you women of God, please do not compromise your faith for any man on this earth. There are godly men out here, like myself, that are depending on you. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are wanted. Not by the world, but by men who fear God the same way you do. If you know a godly woman that's waiting for a godly man, send this to her for encouragement, because we exist. Y'all be blessed.
Team Reeves.
All right. So my question is, what's your thoughts on either the video of the pop the balloon situation or a reference to his statements, right? whichever one you choose. We'll start with you, Prototype.
Unfortunately, the bad guys get all the women, no matter what they believe. So saying you're a Christian to a Christian woman, mess around and turn her off. She's like, well, he's not bad enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And unless she had her stripes, like, you know what I'm saying? Unless she got, she got high mileage, then she wants a godly man. But even the Christian women, unless you're a musician, want the bad guy or the priest. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking for the guy in the pews. You know what I'm saying? So godly women are looking for preachers and musicians and drug dealers. So yeah.
Dang. Okay, who you got next, bro?
Let's go with Unc.
Could you play that video real quick one more time?
Yes, sir.
For me, please.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Things you look for in a man. Has to have a relationship with Jesus, first and foremost.
Hey, sometimes the trash takes itself out, for lack of a nicer phrase. But I hate these pop the balloon videos. They are so stupid. But for you women of God, please do not compromise your faith for any man on this earth. There are godly men out here, like myself, that are depending on you. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are wanted. Not by the world, but by men who fear God the same way you do. If you know a godly woman that's waiting for a godly man, send this to her for encouragement, because we exist. Y'all be blessed.
Team Reeves.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. I want to thank God for the hips that girl got. Good Lord. There is a God, I'm telling you. There is a God. How can I say this nicely? If she wanted a guy that followed Jesus, she wouldn't be on that show. Just my 2 cents. Right? But like what did, because you better you better in your Bible than I am, right? And I know Lydia is too, right? Didn't it say that you were supposed to love your wife the way Jesus loved the church? Right? But aren't you the conduit between your wife and God? So why would I put another man above me? Did you hear what I said? Just asking. I'm supposed to be your Jesus. Jesus to me, when they use it in this term, right? Because again, good women to me get picked, right? But if Jesus is your litmus, you're just putting another standard to me that I can't match. Jesus was one of the most perfect men on this earth, correct? At least in God's eyes. It's a false standard that they use to put a wedge in between y'all. I'm supposed to be your litmus. I'm supposed to be your lightning rod, your guide arm. So if Jesus is above me, that means you can always question me, right? I mean, you're going to do it anyway, but y'all know what I'm saying. But what do I know? Sir Hill, what you got on it, big bro?
Lord, we want to pray for Uncle Ricky for the statements he just made, Lord. It's bless him, Jesus. Now, so something you said is profound. So in all seriousness, if we use Jesus as a superficial, contemporary ideal of what a man should be, then we're idolizing the concept of Jesus and not Jesus himself. And if we're talking about this from a Christian perspective, then we should not be looking at man in comparison to Jesus, because as a believer, he lives inside of us, right? So So that's one thing. The second thing is, I'm of the belief that if you are a wife, you do not need to go on a show where there are balloons that are going to be popped. Let's just, can we, I think we all have, I think all of us, whether we say it explicitly or not, we all agree with what Uncle Rick said about that point. If you are a wife, you don't really even have to go out there and flaunt that you're a wife. There was just something about the way you conduct and carry yourself that you're a magnet for anybody who's looking for one. And one of the qualities of a wife, and the truth is that if you are a wife, if you're a wife material, you're going to attract all kind of men. It ain't just going to be men who love Jesus. It's going to be men who don't. But the thing about that quality of a woman is she has influence, and that kind of woman will make a man who didn't love him at first want to know something about him, because you're admiring her and you like, come on, Uncle Rick, it must be a God making something like that. You understand what I'm telling you? So let me be real. So as a musician who came up in church, I started playing the keyboards at 11. Let me tell you all the truth. There were some days I didn't go to church for Jesus. I went to church for the ladies. But it's funny how I laugh at this now. I'm still there. I'm just saying, if you have women of God, a woman of God will, your initial attraction might be her, but you end up finding something deeper because of her. And this is something that every woman who was a real Christian has the capability of doing. So I don't want to judge her too harshly because I don't know enough about her. And that clip was too short for me to assess who she is. But if I'm just looking at it just like we just did casually, a wife does not have to go flaunt herself looking for anybody. She's a magnet. Let's go with Ash.
Yeah, with the games tonight. I'm on board with it because the first thing when she said, I'm looking for, baby, why you in there? That's almost like being at the club. I mean, all them look like they done got two bodies? They done caught a body or something. They been at the party. They done came. They got the best designers on. Y'all know the song. I got my designer on me. They look like they got the in the back. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on with these women. And I know I'm out the mark because I said I'm taking a break, but how you say you looking for something and you in the wrong place? Obviously, you ain't trying to find nothing. And I'm gonna go to loss of translation.
Thank you, Ash. I'm of the mindset, man, you go where your numbers will help you. If she's actually looking for a husband, she should probably start at church and then start with a pastor. You know what I'm saying? Because your pool will be bigger from what you think you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going out to the world and try to find it. Now, as far as the young lady's concerned, there's nothing wrong with her wanting to find somebody who has a relationship with Jesus. That's cool. But my thing is this: when the guys popped the balloon, that really told her that these guys really ain't ready for marriage for real, for real. Number one, they popped the balloon too soon. You see what I'm saying? They didn't get a chance to ask her any questions. They didn't ask her, why is Jesus important to you? You know what I mean? Being serious. They let their flesh take over. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So they move prematurely. So they, like he said, sometimes the trash sometimes take itself out, you know? In this particular situation, the guy's a little bit too rash. And my thing is this: you don't want a husband that moves too fast anyway. You know what I'm saying? You want him to be decisive, but not that decisive. You know what I'm saying? Well, you didn't get a chance to even hear somebody out. So that's my whole thing, is that the guys move too fast and she's in the wrong place looking for a husband. And I'm gonna roll with Jamie this time.
Can you play it again? Yes, I want to see why she was wearing that dress. Like,
you want to see her in the dress? Is that what you said, James?
Yeah, I want to understand. It's like a prom dress, right?
I like seeing her in the dress.
Turn your head, Ricky. No, come on.
No,
not
sir.
Ricky.
No, sir. No, sir.
Don't put him into temptation like that.
I am a creature of nature, sir. How dare you deny me?
Ricky agree with me. Ricky
Is
said
that
play
blood
it again.
You're supposed to be responding to what was said. Respond to what was said.
Okay. To the guy at the end.
Sure.
I would say I hope that he's right. He said that there's men out there that looking for a godly woman. But then I look at Rick, and so listen, I did this interview today, and it's crazy that Rick, you said that women want musicians and pastors because that's what the lady said in the interview.
That's what
That's
Proto
what she
said.
said.
Yeah,
Was
that's what
that
Proto
Proto?
said. Mm-hmm.
Proto. Like, I'm just tripping because they said they want a godly man, but they want a specific godly man in there. And so, I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why she was wearing a prom dress to that. She was wearing a prom dress. I know you don't want to play it again, but that concerned me because I feel like maybe she was told it was something different. And then she got there and there were some hood boys there. You know, it could have been like a casting call thing. I'm trying to look at it from a different,
Stop
I'm
it.
just trying to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Stop it. You knew she was going for
Of
best
course,
dress.
of course you will.
Stop it.
Of
She
course you
would that.
would.
She got that thing. Whoop, whoop. You know what she would have done for? She came in there with that.
Even
Whoop.
if she did, couldn't she left at any time when she saw it wasn't what she thought it was?
Exactly.
She okay. All right, y'all. All right.
Come on,
So
guy. Everybody know when a woman put them dresses on. We know what them dresses for.
she was coming through. She
It's
was coming through.
it's grannies on the
How
Pop
are
the
we
Balloon
talking
show.
about these
Everybody
She
know
was
what the
coming
Pop
through
the
to steal
Balloon show
somebody,
is.
man. If there was a man in there that was taken, she was taking that man with her. You know what I'm saying? Because we only seen like the front. We don't know what the back looked like.
Oh, we saw
She
it.
said,
Oh,
okay,
oh
y'all
yeah.
saw it in your
Oh
mind. I
yeah.
did.
Yes, Lord.
Man, what are we doing? What are
I'm
we
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, no, focus. All right, look.
We
I,
choosing violence. That's what we doing. Because we
I
are
pray that what he said is true, and I pray that the minds of women are open to receive men, godly men that are in the pews that are not musicians or the pastor or somebody in position. Don't shake your head. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. Don't nobody want a real pastor anyways. They don't want to be married to that. That's too much responsibility. They don't even know how to pray for a man like that. Just pick the one in the pews. Keep your life simple. For real, for real. But it's okay.
listen? Just so you know, the dudes that are in the pews, if he's not walking with Christ in the first place, he's not going to be doing well anyway. And if he is, he should be operating as a pastor. It's just that it's in his house.
Right. I mean, you're right.
So the pastor that's at the church is he's just over a flock of people.
But those are what they want, though. They want the man with the notoriety. I mean, like with that responsibility per se, is what Prototype is saying. But that's what that lady said too. She said she's seen women in the pews going off after the pastor and could care less about the single men that were actually in the pews.
Understood. I'm not, that message wasn't to you. That was the message to women in general and men as well. Right? On you, Dwayne, what you got? Did you want to see it again too?
No, Lord, no.
You sure? You sure?
Temptation. Pray for us again, Sir Hill. Oh man. You know what? I think she was at the right place at the right time. And I'm not sure if y'all had a job interview where they were like, well, we're gonna need you to work nights. And you know you wasn't about to work nights. So as soon as they brought that up, you counted it as mutual. It's mutual. You made the decision for both of us. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not interested. That's all they did when they popped the balloon. They exposed themselves. Thank you. Much appreciated. And I've seen it go both ways on those little pop the balloon thing with men and women. So I think it's you're just like your initial question. What are you passionate about? That's how she answered it. She got out there and she said, you know what? I need a man, or I would like a man who, I hope this is what she said. I don't want to go back and roll the beautiful bean footage, but I thought what she said was, want a man that's following Christ or going after Christ. That's good, because if that's what she wants, then she knows where he's going. Like that's a heck of a prerequisite. So she launching it out like there, out like that. I can respect it. Now for the dudes that pop their balloons, I can respect it too. That is a huge thing to have to live up to. Because once you start, the more you get to know somebody is whether or not what they say is what they're acting out.
Very good. Okay, so the video to me, the reason why it was interesting to me is the buildup of the fact that people talking about they want to date and they want a certain type of woman, they want a certain type of man. I mean, and I just got that clip because it kind of showed a level of immaturity on the men's part, right? I didn't know y'all was gonna go so hard on the woman, uh, but hey, you all are you all, so very different in that regard. And so, but my thought process was they saw it as a pressure that they could not, or they saw it as a pressure that they could not take, as well as they were not in the position of even having a relationship with Christ. However, if they were in a mature space, even though it seems like it's not the right place to meet, right? People said that about social media many, many times, where as currently social media platforms are the number one place that people are meeting to find somebody to marry. So the pop to balloon is just another aspect of that. If it's done properly, in my thought process, the people on that host the show are professing Christians. If y'all didn't know that, um, I don't know if they live it, but they profess it. Okay, right. So I'm, and so, but nevertheless, so I would hope that they look at it from that disposition, right? And so she went looking in a place that she may have not had good fortune in other places, and this was an opportunity to see what was out there, right? Because there's another show where a guy, he has Christ is Lord on his sweater or whatnot, and he was picked last to come up front, and he asked the lady, "What is your relationship like with Jesus?" And she says, "Well, I'm working on it. It's not where I want it to be, but I'm in church every Sunday. I'm even in a Bible study. And so I'm pursuing Christ at the stage that I'm at." He popped his balloon. And I was like, he popped his balloon. He said, "Because where the level that I'm at, I don't think that you're ready for me at the level that I'm at." So there you have it, where the guy's supposed to be the leader and supposed to bring her along, and he did not. Right. So it's that's why I wanted to talk about this dating detours marriage. So that's my next question is, why do people date?
Question. Before we move on, can I answer that what we just said before?
100%.
So I think that we're probably prematurely assuming why the guys pop their balloons. Now, so if I look at it from their perspective, if I see this beautiful woman come in here, and I mean everything, I mean the yams are yamming, right? I mean sweet potato pie, and then I see this, and you start talking about Jesus. Well, there's some conflict between the presentation and what you're talking about. And if you've been around long enough, you've seen that sometimes the most religious, I don't want to just put this on women, right? Sometimes the most religious people be the biggest freaks. And this is a well-known thing. So if those guys have experienced women saying, the Lord spoke to me in a dream, he told me something, and then see how he knows what she's capable of doing behind closed doors. Well, maybe they have experienced that, and what she said with her presentation made them say, "I'm not even going to waste my time. Let me pop this balloon because I've been here and done that." Is that a possibility?
Listen, did you heard what Kevin Garnett said? Anything is possible. I mean, anything is possible. But that was very quick to pop their balloon when she said, "I want a man that follows Jesus."
I
But see,
think
the
it's
nature
a
of that show is that, right?
thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, didn't Jesus tell you you wouldn't meet your husband here?
Did you hear what I said?
Did
What did he say
it,
you would meet him at?
no, it wouldn't have wasn't ever that no pop the balloon. I don't think Jesus got internet. I don't think he got
Well, you're on the main
Metronet.
line though.
He
You know
is
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
same line. This is true.
Right.
And so
Well,
but I can see what you mean by this part, Rick, and I'll let you go. Like it says, "He that findeth a wife," right?
I mean,
So
if
with
if
that,
we if we want to be if we want to be honest, right? If we want to not if we want to stop skating, right? Look at this lady. Look at her. She thick. She wasn't ugly. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? She looked like she was in her upper 30s, mid 30s. It's a false barrier. That's
You're
why
acting
they
like
popped
Kevin
it,
right now. You acting
right?
like Kevin right now.
It's what it is. It's a false barrier. It's a false equivalent. It's a false standard. That's why the dudes popped another one. They was on a DJ Khaled. Another one. But you here. You're here on a dating show. A dating show. Not a courting show.
Did you hear what I said?
A dating show. Why do you take your girl out and y'all still married? You take your girl out to a nice steak dinner. You know what? You don't cook tonight. Hey, put on something, we going out. Why do you date your wife? Because you're trying to get lucky at the end, right?
Did you hear what I said?
Because you're trying to get lucky that night. A dating show? Not a church, with a good pastor. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Now with a good pastor and they beating, in the kitchen for a singles night, right? The pop the balloon show. I'd have popped my balloon too. But y'all got it. My bad.
What you got, Dwayne?
HD, Russell. I love Russell. Yeah. Russell is one of the pastors at our church. Russell has a story where he talks about how he met his wife and where he met his wife. He met his wife in a bar. And he wasn't even a Christian at that time. She was. And that changed his life. They're married. So from an anecdotal experience and from knowing that gentleman there, I'm like, you know what? Again, being at the right place in the right time. All you need is that spark. That's it to start a blaze. Don't matter where you at. It don't matter where you at. So and guess what? Sometimes who in here ain't been to a club? Or better yet, let me preface this: who in here who's Christian ain't been to a club? We've been there, right? Ash, we'll pray for you, okay? Okay, we'll pray for you. You're gonna get struck down. If your internet drop, we know what happened. But yeah, no, it's timing. Sometimes we don't even really want to be there. Sometimes we're there for the wrong reasons, but God has His own plans. Honestly and truly, I think God has His own plans. So her just laying it out like she did, and the dudes popping it like they did. Good for them. Good for her. Good for them. Good for her. I don't knock it that she went on that show. If that's what you gotta do, she put herself out there. And look, we're talking about it right now. So there's a reason for it.
Next question. Why do people date? Ash? Why do people date?
To eat for the free, baby. We're going out to get a full belly. Take it how you want.
Strike her down right now. Strike her down right now.
Gotta get struck down. Man, please. I know plenty of chicks that be going out because they hungry and they want to go experience another restaurant that they can't afford on their regular wages. Come on now. That's it. I don't know why Dwayne get over here acting all Christian. Oh, women want to date to marry. Please, these helpers is dating to buy things that they can't afford in their regular life. Come on now. See, that's what people don't understand. The dating game from what we actually grew up in has changed. It's more materialistic, and what can you give me without me actually having to give or serve or really putting work in for you. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know I'm gonna tell it what it is. I don't care what Jamie say. I'm gonna get counseled, baby. You can't counsel grown folks. You need to counsel them behaviors and the attitude. Because if you really trying to date a man, you wouldn't say, "Oh, I got Carl that's gonna take me out Monday to the steakhouse. Bobby gonna take me to a steak 48 on Friday. Saturday I got Dooley Wop over here. He gonna take me out for the little knickknacks." So I can go to the club. He gonna pay my way in and buy my fit. Come on now, let's just stop acting like the whore culture having took over the dating scene. And people are really just not dating for love. That's why I say I stepped out, I bowed out, because all this, oh, I got money, man, that don't impress me. Your bill money don't impress me, sir. What do you have after the bill money? Let's go on a date. It ain't gotta be nothing expensive. Shit, I'm simple because I probably ain't got that much time. I probably gotta go to the school and pick up somebody. I'm constantly being Uber. you know. So that's why I say I don't know who we really addressing here. I understand it is some people out there that do want to date, but you got to know what you're dating for, and that's why I say men need to shut down the wallet. Let her work for that $120, that $200 meal. That's a lot of money when you think about it. The time you done put in on that job, and you done went out there and you almost strangled your boss. I mean, you done had some very unkind words to speak with your boss. But I forgot the generation now. You can't really talk crazy to them. You got to talk very sensible to them. But you've traded some hours for those wages. Then you just gave it up without them. Things were gonna go off and whoop whoop, and she'd have sent you home and called her ex, told him, "Look, I got us both something to eat." Ricky Bobby over here. And being that I said Ricky Bobby, I'm going with Uncle Rick.
Why, thank you, young grasshopper. Date, DATE, dick at the end. That's all date means. I'm
Say it
dating
one more
you.
time for the folks.
DATE, dick at the end. That's what dating is. A man trying to give you some dick. Hopefully, hey, that's up to you. Right? It's up to you. Right? To me, these opinions are not the representation of Humble Dash Channel. These are my own opinions. Dating and courting are two totally different things. Courting means I'm focused on you and you alone as a partner. You and you alone. Dating is, as y'all see it, y'all can try to fake the fun and talk about what it should be or what it should be courting. No, what dating is that everybody got their options open. What they used to call it, we talking. We just talking. We just talking. That ain't my man, girl. Shorty cool, but we just talking. Right? It's going to waste your time. It's going to waste your resources. Right? And it's also going to do the most heinous things to most women, which is confuse y'all. The one thing you can't do is give women a bunch of options. They'll fold. You ever seen a woman in a shoe store? Sheesh. All dating does is confuse the mind and tempts the body. That's all it does. That's all it does. But y'all got it. Dwayne, what you got on it, bro?
Did I already go? Oh, no, I haven't. Why do people date? Oh, man. Hey, I'm a little mad at that acronym, how you broke that down. Because my mind started just going, man, hey, baby, we having a date night tomorrow. Yep. What's tomorrow's date? Tomorrow's the 3rd?
Right. What you trying to do? What you trying to do when it's over with? What you trying to do when it's over with? What you trying to do?
Hell. Come on back. We need you. Baby, you're right. I have been slacking. I need to plan more dates. You're right. Thank you, Ricky. What an incentivization right there, boy. Oh Lord. Okay. Thank you, man. I'll put that on my list. This today, the 2nd of December. I learned a lot. Okay, because that's one of my problems. Okay, dating. So forgive me. Somebody said earlier. Oh, Ash, for that person that you made up, my balloon was popped. Like 4 words in, whoever that was, pop. Because I'm not catering to. I'm doing me. If you trying to do it big and all that, go do it big over there. Because as for it, I look at it. That straight line, and it doesn't go up. It doesn't fluctuate too much. So if I need to fluctuate in order to get up somewhere to you, it ain't happening. It ain't happening because that means that I got to be up and down. That's not me. So the whole why do people date? People date because we naturally desire relationships. We do. But this dating market is flooded with people like, Ash's alter ego who just want to go out
That's
and
a
get some
lies.
eat.
I'm a parent. I'm a parent all day. Don't lie to people.
No. Your alter ego, okay? Just like what Prototype said, it matches it, okay? Entertain or feed and entertain. Winning. But then y'all took that E off the end of it. Is it how I done forgot the acronym already? Uncle Rick, can you help us out?
Date. DATE. It's dick at the end. Date.
Oh boy, there Remy go. See, so for me, that typically was the motive, and I am so glad.
Why you going off cam? Why you going off cam, bro? Why you going off cam?
Which one?
He talking about Gail. Go ahead, and finish.
Yeah. That Remy go probably got him. But hey, I'm saying I was a part of that, and I'm so glad that I wasn't. I'm not anymore, in the sense of that game. It's tough, and what y'all were saying about that market, that market is raggedy right now. It is raggedy right now. So I think people date for the relationship, but I think they date more now for the lust. They date more for the lust. So like and going back to that video, y'all, it seemed like a lot of people were upset with them popping their balloons, but I think that's the same thing people do in their private life whenever they're swiping left. Whenever they sitting there on Tinder and it's the same thing. They're rejected and accepted. If they like what they see, then they're going to be like, all right, cool. And then they go out and they have a date, and they're looking for something at the end of that date. But if you're looking for that long, sustainable relationship, that's not how it's supposed to go. So I think that's what's tarnishing this current market, is because people are looking for that happy ending to the night rather than the long-term goal. Jamie, what you got on it?
Not too much more. I think y'all said it, like lust, companionship, sex, fun, something to do. A lot of times it's just something to do. And then food. You hear a lot of people say that I got into the relationship and don't even know how. We were just cool. We was just like it said so much that it was really an accident. And so dating is just wasting time and thinking that there's going to be something that could possibly come from it, but majority of the time it's just damage. Lots and lots of damage, lots and lots of toxicity, lots and lots of soul exchanges and drama. Just a hot mess. It's nice, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. It's really not nice. And I'm glad I'm not outside. I don't know what nobody's doing out there. It is safe in my house right here. It's safe, it's warm, and I'm comfy right here. But to go out there in the darkness, the utter darkness, because that's what it is, I'm not doing it. And so Ash,
I told you I'll be in the house for real. I'll be in the house for real. When I say I'll be in the house with some kids, now you catch me outside, that means somebody done guilt tripped me or something, or it's been a while. But other than that, I ain't going out, because baby, but I tell them all the time, 3:55 come quick. And I'm gonna be at that window. I need my money. And the way Christmas coming up, baby, these kids on my head. I ain't about to be outside. I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna go with with Lost. What do you got?
You know what? I think people date for entertainment, like Prototype said, man. It's people don't ask the right questions. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, why do you want to be married? Why do you want to? You know what I'm saying? Why me? Because it seems like anybody could fill that spot. But at the end of the day, it's like what Rick said, man. It's about 20 in the front and 40 in the back. You see what I'm saying? They just trying to get what's on the menu. Sometimes before they get to the menu, you have to show them the menu. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? So at the end of the day, you start pressing people on, saying, hey, what's really going on? And then they'll stop all the foolishness. You know, so we're not going out to eat, you know, until we figure out what's on the menu. You know what I mean? And that'll break a whole lot of people up front. But my whole thing is this: you got to start asking people the right questions, man. Why is marriage important to you? You see what I'm saying? Are you just saying that just to get something to eat? You know what I mean? If that's the case, then let me get out the way and let you get to the money, because that's where you really want to get to. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, you feel like you need to have dates and all this other stuff to validate you, because at the end of the day, once you go on all these dates, you're going to build up trauma, and you're not going to be fit to be nobody's wife. You're going to have all these issues. You're going to have all these trust issues. You're not going to be able to listen to nobody. You know, you're not going to be flexible. You're not going to be any of those things. And when you're on these dates, you're not learning anything. You know, if I ask you, what did you learn on your last date? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to tell me. You know, what was the last conversation about in the date? What did y'all talk about? Because at the end of the day, y'all ain't talking about nothing. It's about the entertainment. And if you're out here just being entertained, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are not ready to pay for your entertainment. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get down to the business, sometimes you got to put up or shut up. Sometimes you got to spend some money. You know, how serious are you about dating? You know, I don't date anybody unless they're ready to put their money on the table too and say, hey, look, I'm here to take a chance on you like you taking a chance on me. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna, get nothing out of me. You know, and 9 times out of 10, most guys are waking up and they're not taking women out on dates anymore. As a matter of fact, there's a whole lot of restaurants closing down, you know, a whole lot of entertainment spots closing down. Because guys cut off the doggone wagon, man. It's just like, forget it. Even the strip clubs are shutting down. You know what I'm saying? The guys are like, I ain't giving you nothing either. You know, they're just cutting it off. And a lot of women out here just like, hey, they'll tell you they don't need a man, but at the end of the day, you know, how they were getting their money depending upon the man. And I think the guys are starting to wise up a little bit and say, hey, you know what? We're not getting the type of women that we want, so we'll pretty much keep our money to ourselves. You know, we'll go out and buy new computers and, you know, buy me some Bitcoin or something that's going to return my money on my investment. Because the woman that I was looking for is not looking to increase anything in my life. So at the end of the day, I'll just wait and I'll just chill out until I get exactly what I want, until the world changes. And if it don't change, so be it. So I think dating is one of those things that people look as entertainment, but it really should be an interview process. And you should probably be interviewing them before you actually go on a date anyway. Prototype, it's on you, bro.
Man, we preaching to the choir, right? Because we know dating is look. I was raised by a single mom. If it wasn't for my mom dating, I wouldn't have ate some nights. I know why she was dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been new to game, so it's not going to change no time, no soon. Like, and as long as we're trying to hold women accountable to like not date for the wrong reasons, I mean, we said it all a million times, man. Like, you know, and the dick at the end, that's a crapshoot for the guy who think he can make it, you know what I mean, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? You know the odds, you got to win the game before she gets you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let her eat up your money without you getting, you know, cashing out at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's a game at that point. So, yeah, to the title of the show, man, dating is not helpful for men.
Who you got going next?
I think everybody went.
Big sir. Let's get it, sir.
Yeah, so just really quickly, I think everybody said it, but in short, men want to win, women want to be lied to. So we go on dates because men want to win something. If you get a chance to go find the woman that you like, who's fine and thick, you get a chance to say, hey, look what I'm able to pull. A woman just wants to be lied to. As you get older, you start to realize that there are a lot of beautiful women who are empty shells. If they didn't have their beauty, there is nothing to talk about. I'm talking about horrible conversation skills. I'm talking about no interest or information in anything important in life. It's just empty shells. But it is the illusion that you see something attractive and you can pull it for the men, a win. And for women, it's like, I got all these men who chasing me. I can find somebody else. And until we get to the place where we realize just because somebody is interested in you, if somebody wants to spend a moment with you, doesn't mean that they're going to take you seriously enough for you to become an important part of their life. And I think that if people will get out of their own ego and start being arrogant and thinking that they have more options than they actually do, People will realize that dating is a waste of time. So, in perspective, however, I do believe in dating, but dating comes after marriage. So I say this to everybody. The first thing is friendship first. The reason why dating cannot be used for the interview process is because we're put on our best performances. If you want me to love you, you never give me the opportunity because I never get a chance to see the real you, right? So, but if we are friends and I get to see you, okay, y'all, we here tonight. Let's do it. If I get a chance to see you, and I know what your farts smell like, I know that if you eat beef, if you eat chili, I know your stomach is going to be a little bit upset, right? If I see how you respond when you are sick, or how you are when you were cranky, or when you were frustrated by kids, and I can love you in those less beautiful moments, and we develop a friendship where there is trust, then we got something. So the vetting is based on the details of who you actually are. We move from friendship to courting. And this is when I say, I'm going to take all your crazy, because every woman got a little bit of crazy in her. If she got Jesus, you can get through it though, right? So you got a little bit of crazy. I'll take your crazy. I'll take your idiosyncrasies. You come with mine. And what we're going to do is we're going to merge. And my mission in life is going to be to make you a better woman. And your job is to make me a better man. And together we're going to have some great doggone kids. From the friendship to the courting, we get married. This is when we take these vows, and I say, you mine. You are my wife. You are now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I'm going to love you like I love me. You my girl. You mine. When we go through things, if you don't like me, go sleep on the couch, and then I'll be in there with you because you mine and we together. And then this is when we start dating afterwards, because we've got to find some place to continuously invest in each other and to love each other. And it can't just be us being obligated to one another. I've got to let this girl know that she's still sexy to me. Like, she's got some stretch marks, but I'm telling you, listen, a man listen, stretch marks ain't hurting nothing, right? You still finding me, girl. You still got it. And I'm still into you like that. So if it doesn't start from friendship, then it never escalates to dating. And the dating, when we get to it after marriage, is based on all the work we put in. So we get a chance to enjoy each other and to keep our marriage spicy.
That's dope take. That's really, really dope take. I didn't look at it like that as far as the dating part when I was thinking about it, because dating is necessary after you get married, because that part right there, that's when I have the most fun, and even, and I'm more appreciative of spending what I'm spending, because I'm spending it with somebody
Absolutely.
I know gonna rock with me, and we got the same account. You know what I'm saying? We both know what's going in and what's coming out, right? And so I think it's very important. That's the one thing that I do in my marriage. I make sure I plan the dates, whether it's here at the house or we going out, right? And the one thing that my wife does on a regular, she say, "Listen, babe, I'm gonna flirt with you every day, right?" And I appreciate that, right? And every day I'm smiling as a result of it. And the longer you keep the spice in your marriage, that's a choice, right? You're choosing the person every day. When you're dating, like they said, there's a facade that's put up. And so I can't even love the real you. You can't even love the real me, because I'm just trying to give you the best version of me at the time, so I can get to the point of that we get comfortable. That's what it seems like, right? In most cases. And so for me, when I'm talking to people about dating, I say the same thing Rick says. You're if you're intentional about getting married, there's no reason to date. Date is, in the aspect of what it is in modern times, is just to get fed, entertained, or get sex, right? Or all three in the same night in some situations, right? And so you're literally detouring yourself from marriage, because that's not the way in which you should be leading to getting married. No different than if you want to graduate from college, you know what I'm saying? You got to go to class more times than not, right? There is a process to becoming a millionaire. There's a process to becoming an individual that has structure, a person that has the tenacity to get to the next level. Like you have to kind of lay aside some of the things that most people are not willing to do. You're gonna have to say no to some people that are trying to be in your life. It may be new friends that you're going to have to surround yourself with so that you can build the friendships. And who knows that new friend that bring into the fold, that's a good friend, may have somebody for you, right? Or even when you go to work, right? It's just so many different places to meet a solid person as it relates to getting married to and not having to date if your mindset is that. Anybody you talk to that has made it in anything talks about the mindset. Prototype talked about one of his successes was becoming an engineer. His mindset had to be that he was one and was going to be one and had to put a plan together before he ever got there. Right. Same thing with Sir Hale. He's going on to be with the PhD. He has his mindset and he knows that there are going to be some rough days ahead, but the process is what they got to pay attention to. And I think that's the point that I'm trying to get people to pay attention to on a regular basis. Next video. Here we go.
These women show up like, okay, I did it. I secured the bag. I got the education. Love me. And then all the masculine men are like this. Cool story, bro. Now, here is when we got to hear about, why am I single? I got my own stuff. I got my own place. Y'all cannot handle a strong woman like me. I'm beautiful. I'm in shape. I got my bag. Why am I still single? What's wrong with y'all? You talking all that junk about your money and this and the third, and he over here cheating with a broke chick because she pays attention to him and cares for him and nurtures him and is available to him. Now, before you know it, you in a relationship with your career and your man in a relationship with a woman with way less than you. Having your money together, having your education together is charged off to the game as you just simply being an adult. It's an aspect of yourself that you get no credit for.
Lost on you.
Shout out to Six the Goddess, man. I appreciate her for that take. Six is actually correct, man. You don't get credit for something that you wanted to do. You only get credit for the problem you choose to solve for other people, you know? And I think a lot of people feel like they get entitled just because you did all this other stuff for yourself. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like you talked about Prototype. You know, you go to school to be an engineer to better yourself. But ultimately, it was to actually take care of his family. And I think a lot of times, man, these people get all these accolades or whatever, and it's just to feed their ego. Well, how does that actually help other people? Prototype, I'm selfish. I'm trying to help you out, brother. I know what you're being. But at the end of the day, it's about what you can do for other people. You know, just like she said, the other girl was nurturing. She served a purpose, you know, to take care of this other person and nurture this other person. And all you did was go to school and say, hey, look at me. And men already know, man, they don't want to be your little trinket in your purse. You know what I'm saying? I got my bag. I got my man. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be no trinket. You know, he want to be the man. And a lot of times women treat men just like there's some type of bauble or something, man. You know, something they put on the shelf just to say they accomplished something. You know? You didn't go to wife school. You know what I'm saying? You went to regular school to be a regular person. It takes a real woman, man, to go out and say, hey, you know what? I want to dedicate my life to being a wife. You know, of course you learn a little skills along the way or whatever, but ultimately that's to help you be a better wife. And I think a lot of people miss out on that, man, to service some type of ego issue. You know, there's a deficit somewhere. And so what they do is they cover it up. It's just like this past weekend, we had Black Friday shopping. You know, everybody went out there shopping or whatever to make themselves feel better. At the end of the day, when the credit card bill comes, it's going to be due. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I hope you really got what you wanted, you know, with securing the bag and I'm a PhD and the PhD and whatever, you know what I'm saying? I hope you did that. But at the end of the day, it's about what you can do for other people, especially if that's what they wanted you to do. Sir Hale, it's on you, sir.
Baby boomers and Gen X messed a lot of women up. So they were frustrated and they put it into their daughters to go get this stuff. And they were, the young girls did not realize that their grandmothers and mothers were living vicariously through them. And now these young ladies who went and got everything that their mothers and aunties and grandmothers and first ladies told them to get, they got it all, right? They got it all. Grandma still married. She ain't unhappy, but she's taken care of. And all these women have worked to become the masculine men that they say that they want. And why is this? It is because we teach our women how to learn the wrong stuff, and then there's never any classes on how to unlearn stuff that's simply not working for you. So I think that this is what's happening now. This adds into the very nature of women, that women are typically selfish. Now, I know the ladies on here are not without Jesus, but the truth is, women have a very selfish nature. It is to survive, it is to be provided for, because there is a biological fear that they won't be able to take care of themselves or they're young. And it is a natural thing. It's exacerbated in the culture that if you got good looks, you can just get free stuff, right? So I think that what Six said was on point. But it is because we trained our women to be independent and to be selfish. And the reason why men will take a woman who doesn't have all these degrees, right, that she don't have like the status, is because while the career woman is focused on her, men need a woman who can focus on him, especially the men who are making life about her, right? So what Tick said is on it is straight on point, right? And I would hope that all the women who are listening, I think you should go get your degrees. Like, I'm a proponent for education, but your education and your accomplishments are not for you to look good. It is for you to serve your household. So you could be a physicist, you could be a scientist. Your job is to take what you have and make your household better and to serve. And I would hope that all women take a lesson from that. Let's go with It's Me, Jamie.
This is actually good. I interviewed a lady today who actually does teach women to unlearn that behavior. So it was just interesting that this is what we're talking about today, because she is of the generation where they were actually taught to be a wife. So they had classes that taught the domesticated stuff in school, and then the churches actually taught them how to pray for their husband before they even had a husband. So at 16, she was learning how to become a wife. And so God has purpose in her heart to help these young, or this generation that doesn't know how, because she still has degrees, she has all these things, but she takes that hat off as soon as she clocks out, and she is a feminine woman to her husband in their home, and it is we everything. And so I have to agree with Sir Hale and Loss. It is something that has to be unlearned, because we have been taught to go out there, get these degrees, but nobody has taught us anything about being domestic or even being a wife. What does that look like, and how we're supposed to do that? Now they say we need to get married, and so you'll see a woman be happy, she has a fabulous wedding, but she doesn't know how to maintain her marriage. So when there's a bump in the road or something like that, she ready to go, or she goes finds a different outlet, and so does he. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens, because nobody's taught to pray or to take it to the Lord, or not to tear down their own house, because we don't know those things. So I would say that I agree with what the lady said on the video. She's right. She's right. And if I was a man, you know what I'm saying, I would go, well, what's easier? I don't want to hear about your degree. Your degree, I don't care about that. I'm hungry. I need my head rubbed. Like I need other things that don't got nothing to do with that stupid degree. You know what I'm saying? I need you to think about me. I want my ginger ale. You know, I want a honey bun. I really want that right now. That's why I'm saying that. But like, you guys get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna let Rick go right now.
I love honey buns.
Do you mean it in the way that in which she meant it?
Yes, I love honey buns. Seriously. How can I say this? Be
What
nice tonight.
what other way is it to mean? I'm confused. I'm going on.
Yeah,
Just
you know
here.
what I mean.
Blackout. First and foremost, ladies, nobody taught you how to suck a dick, but you learned, didn't you?
What the hell? Wow.
You learn what you want.
Wow.
So please stop it with these excuses about how you wasn't taught to do this and that. If you wanted to know what you were learning.
Wow.
Now that I said that, right?
Wow.
I definitely wanna tag in on her what Six said, right? She said a masculine man. That shit don't mean nothing to you because I'm gonna take care of you anyway. What does that mean to me? What does that mean? I don't care how much money you make, ladies. Y'all can make all the money. Y'all don't want to spend no money if y'all don't have to. That's just the facts of the matter. I don't care what y'all say. Stop lying. Right? It's just that you like that dude enough to come out of pocket.
Did you hear what I said?
That's it. That's all. If that was the case, there would be no need for a wedding. There would be no need for a wedding ring. There will be no need for baby showers. A man that's going to take care of the big stuff, because like I told y'all before, I don't pay for a lifestyle. I pay for a life. Your lifestyle is yours to choose. Don't come looking at me when your credit card bill due. That's your credit card bill. This mortgage paid though. Right? See, a man allows a woman to have a safety net in all cases. So why do I care that you're a doctor? Why what do I care? I don't care. You got a basket weaving degree. Yip-dee-doo. What difference it make? You again, to me, I think the biggest issue when it comes to this thing is that it's like, to me, it's like the representation of Bahamut, right? It turns everything on its head, right? And what women they try to be attracted. They try to say we should be attracted to what they're attracted to, right? That's attractive to them, right? Like I said, that's why I tell y'all, God, that's how I know God a man. I keep trying to tell y'all, right? Because everything they do, that no matter what y'all say, right? Y'all fashioned after a man. Y'all know that, right? Everything that y'all call independent and winning, right? And being a high level woman, y'all fashion off what y'all consider a man's success. When y'all success really is being a good wife and a good mother and a good partner. That's y'all win. Because if you that and you pick the right man and you drew the right man to you, your life is paradise. Your life is paradise. That man, he will tear the word asunder for you. But I'm a PhD. What you got, Lit?
I went first. Who
Did
you
Proto
got?
go? Did Proto or Dwayne go?
Proto and Dwayne went, yeah.
I'm going with Dwayne first. Hold up.
Well done. Appreciate that, Ricky. Man, I agree with her. As a matter of fact, I did a little research. She's still alive, thank God. And she hasn't been canceled yet. So thank God to that too. She was spitting a little bit too much truth for her gender. I know she's getting a lot of hate from these females out here because she was on it. And I like what she said as for married to their careers. Man. But then to go off what Ricky was saying, as for that Baphomet, that's a straight devil, right? That convinced them to give up their own nature, to assume the nature of something else. And in that, it's like they want to be so much of the provider that's the role society has then said, hey, you could do it. You know, did they really say you got to stay home and take care of the family and all this other jazz? So they're going out there trying to get the bag. And then what happens at the end of the day, whenever they found out they messed up, you got a whole bunch of these women out here making these videos. That I think there's a disconnect between the younger generation and the older generation of these women that go out and they do make this mistake. There's a missing piece there. Because there should be these older women speaking into these younger women's life about that mistake right there, chasing a bag and going after their career. And you know the meme about the cat lady. You're gonna be that cat lady. But some of them that's what they want, because you know what? Ain't nothing says independent like me living by yourself with a bunch of cats. Ain't nothing says independent like that does. So yes, you don't need no man. You right. You sure right. And you know what? It's unfortunate. I love my mama. I love my mama. But my mama was one of them people. And I love her to death. But every time now I get that call, I'm like, dang, see, that's what I was trying to tell you years ago. You need a husband. Now you calling me. And then guess what? I got to be like Christ, right? I got to keep that balloon unpopped. I want to pop it on my mama. I'm sorry. I said it. But it's where it's like, okay, now, hey, you know, you got to flex that Christ, like, give her some grace, give her some mercy, give her some patience. But yes, my anecdotal there too. Come on with it, Proto.
You better than me. I make my mama suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, she asked me to come change the light bulb. Nope. Where's your man at? You should have got a husband. I make my mama suffer. um, my anecdotal experience, man. Let's keep it funky, because these women aren't totally crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a long line of dudes that just fix stuff around the house and sling pipe. You know what I'm saying? They prey on women who got their bag together. They look for the women with their bag together so they can just come slang some pipe, fix stuff around the house, and as long as she make a little man cave for him, he's good. He'll walk the little dog. And I'm talking about my granddaddy. I'm talking about my cousins. I'm talking about my stepdaddy. I'm talking about my dad, my biological daddy. I come from a long line of big layers and and lay up in your housers. You know what I'm saying? What they call them? The Homo sapiens. They handy. You know what I'm saying? They might fix your drywall. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from a handy family, but all we do is lay down.
Drywalls. These examples are I'm not these ain't working in that humble dad. We had to
Listen,
bleep these things. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
listen.
hey, prototype. He's a handy sapien.
Come from a long line of them, man. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what these women are going through now. For the women that don't have the man or couldn't get the handy sapien, what you call it? I like that, the handy sapien, right? For the women that couldn't get it, then they were just missing that affection, rub your head factor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they wasn't affectionate, but for the most part, um, they not completely wrong, man. And if they're okay with spending the bag, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, they'll spend it as long as they got a dude around the house to fix stuff, take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes care about women having money. I'm in the suburbs. I brag about it daily. When I go out to lunch with these guys, I realize maybe two of us out of a group of 14 are the only ones that pay all the bills. Everybody else splits it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at. Like, and I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even those guys is looking for somebody else to go 50-50 with. Now, granted, they not with their sisters. You understand what I'm saying? They're not with their sisters, but at the same time, everybody looking for somebody that, looking for roommates with the benefit. You understand what I'm saying? So these women ain't, they ain't crazy as we're making them seem. We care about them having degrees. We care about a woman that got some money. We care about all that stuff. Some of us don't, but I think that's a smaller percentage than they're experiencing. I kind of tend to think in this case, the women are kind of speaking what it is. Like I said, I come from a long line of handy sapiens. So it is what it is.
On you, Ash. Did you? I don't think Ash went. Ash.
I
What was
did
your?
go. I did go. I've been too busy laughing. I don't got the question. Can you repeat?
Who was the most funny? Like what? Who was funny?
Okay. uh, The
Because
whole.
there's been some lot of quotes for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I can't pick. I can Don't make me choose one because I can't.
Okay.
Because the pipe layers, those guys are the.
Right. The sapiens.
Well, I mean, them Homo sapiens is real. I had one try to come for my pocket. I said, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm homeless, baby. I'm homeless. I ain't got nothing. We can't be together. Cause no, it's really, here's the thing. What people don't understand, when you out there flexing money, like Prototype said, them vultures is gonna start swarming around trying to pick the meat off the bone. I always say I'm broke. My kids will tell you I'm broke because I ain't got no money. I ain't have no money. I don't know what money look like. I only got $2. That's my favorite line. That's my line. I'm sticking to it. I only got $2. I got a friend. Let us say you got some money. And then you got these vultures hanging around. And it's like, why you tell her that you got some money? You know, the next thing you gonna try to do is move in, right? I'm not putting up with the phone calls about the Homo sapiens. We know about this. We shared the memes. I sent it to you. Okay, I sent it to you. We laughed about such and such being homosexual the other day, and here it is again. Winner, he's a homosexual. Why are we having this conversation? Like, we got to stop. But back to the original thing, though. She right, because women want to flaut all these degrees. You flaut all degrees and yet you're medalist and you're mad because you ain't got no family. Or you got a half relationship. You got to deal with this homosexual that really don't fix nothing. Not the pipe layer. The homosexual. He wants to play the video game, eat. Yes, I did say it. Yeah, I did say my favorite thing. Play the video game all day. Run up the light bill. Got the air on. Eat. Smoke weed. Bring some homeboys over. Get a dog. Matter of fact, 4 dogs. And then not do anything around the house. Don't cook. Don't clean. Nothing. I mean, you don't do nothing. You just sit there. You leave him right there on the couch. He come back. He's right there on the couch. Talking about, baby, what we finna eat. I'm just saying. So what you want? Because my thing is, it's okay, like, because I try to teach my kids, it's okay to go out and have a degree, but also if you're gonna date somebody, you can't neglect them, because when you leave them neglected, another little tramp will slide on up in there like home plate and baby knock it out the park. If she want to go ahead and knock it out the park, she'll knock it out the park, because you leaving the man idle. Like, if you got a good man, why be looking at her like you got a good man? But hey, I don't know the situation. He might not be that good. It just might be good for public viewing, you know? But at the same time, it's like, y'all want to get out here in this dating field, talk about y'all got all this money, baby, but your home is a wreck. It may be new and newly furnished, but it's breaking down. Ain't no water leaks yet. But anyway, go ahead with yourselves. I'm done with y'all tonight.
Wow.
Too much.
This has been phenomenal. Are y'all able to go one question, short answer? Okay. I know it's gonna be tough for some of y'all. I ain't gonna say who though. All right. So nevertheless, everybody raised their that's hilarious. Okay. So the topic obviously is how dating detours marriage. We're gonna talk about that. Before we get there, let people know where can they find you. Prototype.
Find me here on TikTok, on Humble Dad, and on YouTube, man. Prototype Dad podcast.
That's the bet. Huh?
What's the question?
I haven't asked the question yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. All right. I just making sure. Not
Yeah.
got the ADHD.
Yeah. Uncle Rick, what you got? What can they find?
Every once in a while in Truck Chronicles here on YouTube. Or if you're on Facebook, do a search for Ricky Williams. I will friend you, but I'm in and out this thing, you know.
That's no doubt. Dwayne?
DwayneJonesPhotography.com.
Sahel?
You can find me on. I'm sorry, I've just messed up. This conversation has been out of control tonight.
Yeah.
So you can find me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok. You guys can find me all over the place.
That's what's up. It's me, Jamie.
On YouTube at Jamie Radiance Moorhead 7.
That's what's up. Ash
Instagram 360.diva.
and Lost.
You can find me here on YouTube, on Lost in Translation podcast, also on Black Men Unfiltered as well. You can also find me on Instagram and on TikTok, and as well as on my other friends' page. We combo tag team that thing under Navigating to the Altar. You can also find me at handysapiens.com.
Stop it.
50% off Cyber Monday. Get it while you can.
That's awesome. And I'm your boy, Humble Dad. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and everybody on the panel tonight has been wreck and shop. And the final question is, how has dating detoured marriage? And we're going to see who can be precise with their answers, starting with Sir Hill.
As I consider my dissertation on such a very profound question, no, I'm just kidding. Well, so I've been dating detours marriage because it places something, the right component in the wrong order. And when you start doing the right thing in the wrong order, you mess things up. So dating is the end, it is after marriage. It shouldn't come before. You don't want to obscure your ability to see who a person truly is by wasting time and money on costumes to pretend to be something that you're not. So dating detours marriage because it places something that should come after marriage before it.
That's good. Who you got going next?
Let's go with Ash.
Okay, how's it puts the fun before for the altar? How about that? You want to have fun before you marry the person, instead of getting to know them and like I forgot who said it. My bad. I've been laughing too much. Any other time I remember. Um, what was it? Never mind. Must not have been important. But yeah, they want to have all the fun before they get married and all that. But then it's like, why marry you? I already done used you. But anyway, I'm gonna go with prototype.
Um, because you're not dating if you're not having sex. So, um, so if you're dating and you know what I mean, it means you're getting the panties thrown off you, and don't know man want to marry somebody who had a lot of dates. Um, yeah, let's go with Lost.
Yeah, man. Dating deters marriage, man, because it's one of those things you really don't get a chance to be that person's friend, man, for real. You basically wasting each other's time. I don't know about y'all, but I want to hang out with people that know me. You know what I'm saying? I want to hang out with people who love me. That's different. And I don't think people take time out to get a chance to know each other and develop the love that you need to build a relationship, to build to the marriage. So I will say this: get to know folks better. Get in the trenches, roll your sleeves up, actually be a true friend. Instead of just trying to get what you need to get out of them. So that's my whole thing. I think that's probably the reason why dating deters marriage, because it doesn't hone your relationship skills at all. It just delays them. I'm gonna go with Dwayne.
Appreciate the loss. Man, I gotta say that I think it's prototype. You took mine because that acronym I heard earlier. That is it. That is it. Boy. So I know if before going on a date, you can if you can ask a question, will I be getting yams? If the answer was no, pop that balloon, swipe right, or whatever you do to decline. That's what will happen. So I was also thinking about it like this too. There's a difference between a test drive, a rental, and ownership. In a test drive, hey, you spin that joke around the block and you bring it back to the dealership. No cost to you. Rental, hey, you could take it for about a week or two, or however long, but you're gonna be paying for it. I think most people look at dating like a rental rather than the ownership of it, like you're mine and I'm yours. So that's the detour to it.
That's good. Who you got?
Ricky went yet?
No.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Like I said, I think courting and dating two totally different things. I think people get them confused and mixed up. But I think dating is the same problem that they had in the Garden of Eden. Too many options. You have too many choices, you bound to make the wrong one. That's all I got on it.
That's what's up. Jamie? No, what? Why you saying, have you went?
I haven't went, but everybody said everything.
How did they
So
say everything? You haven't said nothing.
right, but they said everything that I was going to say.
Sum it up then.
Okay, so the people play house. They get to play house and then they never buy the house. So that's it. That's all I got to say. Just play house, and then that's it. Renting an apartment. Sometimes they try to buy a house, and then that gets destroyed too. I don't know. Everybody said everything. That's why I said no. I said I don't want to answer this question.
There's something profound though. So you're saying
How
that people's credit's not right, but they're trying to buy a house, or they don't want to buy a house because their
they
credit ain't right.
no,
So
they
they're
credit ain't right.
play house and let people live in their house, right? And do all the things that constitute a marriage. Listen to people that don't really have their best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to people like Cam Newton, right? Listen to people like Nick Cannon. Listen to people, and so on, different individuals, right? And so, what my plan and my goal, and I think that my passion is, other than real estate, is to educate people on the sanctity of marriage and how dope it is when two individuals love and want to work at something. If you look at it even out of the position of, if we don't look at it as marriage, but we just look at it as a, playing a team, being on a team, right? If you have a common goal and you all know that there are going to be hard times, and you're able to talk and communicate about these hard times, and how did the last play go? How can we capitalize on what our mistakes were? If you look at it from the position of how most people look at jobs, because most people want to keep their job until they find a better one, right? However, when you find that job that you really like, you don't want to go nowhere. You want to make sure you make the most of the time that you're there. And so that's how I see and kind of look at marriage, is that for me, and when I look in the Bible, it talks about how it's okay to be single, but you don't need to be dating. You don't need to be courting. You need to be by yourself. Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians. He said it's cool to be alone, right? But if you start out here just having sex all willy-nilly, you need to get you a partner, you know? And then it goes in and talks about, what that looks like, and not withholding things of that nature, ladies and men. There are men that do it as well. And so my thought process is, how dating has detoured marriage is that people look for opportunities to enjoy themselves as opposed to trying to enjoy other people, and that one particular person who will be the helpmate in your life as it relates to a woman, and the person that will be your leader in your life. And if you could get to the point of understanding that God has someone for you, if you so choose to be in that mindset, to be a wife and to be a husband, takes work, just like you work at anything else. And that's all I got to say. Until next time, we out here. Deuces.
The boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this. You don't seem to understand something.
The thing that I like most about being a dad is that I see that I'm about to impact the world.